Disney Imagineers have mastered a unique form of storytelling, one where they can't control where you look or how you experience the world, but somehow you still walk away feeling immersed in the magic. From Cars Land to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Disney Parks tell stories guiding you through entire worlds with nothing but architecture, sound, and even smells. But how do they do it? What makes Disney theme parks different from a movie or TV show? And why is this approach so powerful? Hey guys, I'm Chris Chen, theme park designer and concept artist. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Imagineering and storytelling. So about me, I've been working in the industry for over 10 years. I've been working on a lot of different projects like SeaWorld, Universal, a lot of different theme parks all the way around the world. I've been a concept artist, meaning like I create the illustrations that you see on marketing and for design and stuff. I want to talk a little bit about storytelling and how it's used in the theme entertainment industry. So when people think about storytelling, they usually think of, hero's journey, act 1, act 2, act 3, and storytelling for theme parks is actually really different. Granted, there are some theme park rides, such as like this aerial one, where you're basically watching the entire movie during the ride, or like the theme park attraction is basically a movie, okay? But there's a lot of stuff where it's not like that. I think the biggest difference, right, is in a theme park ride or hotel or something, you can't always control where the guest looks. If it's like a shopping district that Disney creates, you can't control the order in which they experience things, and you can't control how much attention they pay to specific elements.
If you're watching a film or a TV show, director, they're saying, look here, now you're gonna look here, and now you're gonna look here. When you walk into Cars Land, some people might look at that first, or they might just completely bypass that. The way that a guest would walk into a land and decide where they want to take their story first, they get to choose.
You are moving freely through this space, experiencing the story all at once, at every moment.
Basically, the difference is that instead of storytelling, I would characterize this a little bit more as backstory. The basic framework I think that most people will understand is going to be who, what, when, where, and why. Super simple. I think we've all done this when we're in like first grade. How does this apply to storytelling and stuff? So I'll kind of show you. So who, okay, is going to be who you are. So for example, in the Bugs Land, you are a bug. That's why all this stuff that you see here is like so big and everything, because you're a bug and everything's like way bigger. You're bug sized. Or in Cars Land, you are a car.
In Cars Land, each person is an honorary car.
Or in Star Wars Edge, you become a resistance fighter or something like that. So who in theme parks is more like role playing. It's like D&D or something, okay?
We want all of our guests to feel like they belong in the story, that they are characters that they can play if they choose to do so in our lands.
And what is kind of similar. So what is like the activity, like the why you're there. So maybe in the Star Wars land, you're fighting the resistance against like the stormtroopers and stuff. Or like in Cars Land, you're there to race. You inhabit a role and there's a certain activity you're there to do.
And Mater's having a junkyard jamboree is to celebrate race day, and the big event is happening at Radiator Springs Racer.
And then next, when? This part's like super interesting. What is the history of the place? So for example, in this Shanghai thing called Treasure Cove, so there's like a 3-part backstory. First, this area was a Spanish settlement.
Started as an obscure Spanish settlement.
Then it was overtaken by the British, and then it was a pirate haven when Jack Sparrow came and took it over. You're not just thinking about what the place is right now, but what was the place 100, 200 years ago? What is the history and backstory of the themed environment that you're creating? Another really interesting one is Disney Springs. I had my Imagineer friend kind of walk me through this. And basically, the backstory is like originally there was like a spring, and then like people settled in, and then something else happened, and then now it's like a shopping district. But when he was telling me like this backstory, at first I was like, wait a second, like, are you real or are you just delusional? But he was walking me through this like Blaze Pizza here, and let me kind of guide you through. what he kind of said. So this Blaze Pizza here, you're like, oh, it's just a pizza shop. But he was like, when you walk inside, this Blaze Pizza used to be a barn. And I'm like, wait, like, was it really a barn? Like, you guys, it was a barn and then like you guys changed it? And he was like, no, we pretended that it used to be a barn. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he was like, yeah, these things that you see right here, I think it's like a part of the barn, or maybe like they hung cows or something, but it's like a part of the farm equipment. And then like this stuff here, you know, like, oh, it used to be a part of the barn. So like they're making up this history of the place that doesn't really exist. So it's like they're designing a barn and they're pretending that Blaze Pizza like came in and they renovated the barn and now it's a pizza shop. So they really go into like artificially creating a story with like make-believe and stuff like that. So when I think is really interesting. Next is where. Where I think is pretty self-explanatory. So like you're on a different planet, Pandora, Star Wars, whatever, you know. And then why is pretty cool too. It's really similar to what is just what is the purpose behind the place. So like in Cars Land, you're there to celebrate a race day, something like that. There's a purpose why you're there. So yeah, who, what, when, where, and why. And then we can probably use this framework to take a look at some classic Disney attractions like Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean. So in Space Mountain, you're like an intergalactic traveler. In the Haunted Mansion, I guess like you're a person who goes into a haunted house. I guess that's kind of obvious. Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess you become a pirate or something like that. I don't know. But I think one interesting thing to talk about is that the Imagineers don't actually want you to know who, what, when, where, and why. It's something that they just want you to feel. So when I was talking with my Imagineering friend, I was like, whoa, like this is like a really interesting backstory about this pizza place. Like, is this written down somewhere? Do you want the guests to know about this? And he was like, oh no, like this not written down anywhere. It's just, you know, what they used to kind of inspire the Imagineer so they would design it. And how that applied to you guys. So I'm a teacher. So as a teacher, this is something that I would do. Like when I teach a class about like geography or something, we're going to a different place every week. I'll say like, hello travelers, you know, or let me see, if we're like talking about car design, I might say like, hello designers or hello inventors. So I'm trying to do a little bit of role playing in my classes. And when you're creating stuff for like theme park environments or your teacher or even a restaurant, you can consider the who, what, when, where, why when you're doing like role playing and stuff. It's gonna make your designs a lot more immersive. So yeah, that's about it for the video. I hope that helps, and go check out like the Cons Academy thing if you want more information. And yeah, see you guys. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my video. Please leave a like if you found this helpful, and subscribe if you'd like to see more theme park or art content on my YouTube channel. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so your support would be really appreciated. If you're interested in theme park design in general and see what kind of projects I've worked on, you're welcome to check out my website, chris-chen.com. If you have any kids who are interested in art classes, I teach art online. There will be a coupon code below. You can get $20 off your first art class with me. Thanks so much. See you guys next time. Bye.